Now, Heartland Sports with Luke Randall.
Good evening. Some major changes are coming to Southern Illinois high school football in 2026. After 90% of the schools in Illinois voted on the measure, the IHSA has approved an expansion of the football playoffs from 32 teams now to 48. Here's a summary of the major changes associated with this. The introduction of a 48-team playoff means now the top 16 seeds in every single class will get first-round byes. With the additional need for another week now, the regular season will now start 1 week earlier as well. That means week 0, the scrimmages that we've had the past 2 years, are now gone. Now, part of the IHSA's reasoning for this is to slow down conference realignment. In a statement today, IHSA Executive Director Craig Anderson says, quote, "Too often throughout the years, football decisions have negatively impacted other sports at IHSA schools. We are hopeful that this football playoff expansion will provide intended relief to schools by stabilizing conference movement and eliminating the difficulty of scheduling football games that face many of our schools each year. It may create some short-term complications for some schools, conferences, and coaches, but we remain optimistic that long-term it will create stability in football and beyond." Now, if you are an athletic director or a head football coach in Southern Illinois, we want to hear your thoughts, how you voted, how you think of this entire change. You can reach out to us by email, phone, or Facebook. Moving on, after the Holiday Classic semifinals, a couple players hitting 1,000 points. Abigail Amberger, the junior at Perryville, eclipsing 1,000 points for the Pirates in the semifinal win last night versus St. Vincent. And we'll have more on 2 more stars from St. Vincent, the Rubles, both hitting 1K. More on them later tonight.